mind is a garden. Every thought, video, and word you consume is a seed. Some grow into discipline, focus, and strength. Others grow into chaos, distraction, and self-doubt. Most men don't realize this, but every scroll, every sound, every conversation is programming your future. You become what you consume, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. Think of your brain as a computer. Every input, every click, every image gets stored somewhere. Over time, those inputs start to write your code. How you think, what you feel. The problem is, most men have handed over the keyboard to the algorithm. You wake up, open your phone, and the first thing you see isn't truth. It's entertainment. Someone's highlight reel. A headline designed to trigger your emotions. By noon, you've already consumed hundreds of mental calories, and none of them nurtured you. But it's not your fault. You were raised in attention economy, where your focus is a product. You've been trained to crave stimulation, not silence. Reaction, not reflection. And yet, deep down you can feel it. The dull ache of mental fog. The lack of clarity. The sense that something inside you is striving for more than this. There was a time when your attention was pure. When you could sit, think, and feel without needing a screen to validate your existence. But somewhere along the way, your mind got hijacked. The good news, you can't take it back. Because the truth is, habits don't just shape your schedule, they shape your soul. Every song, every YouTube video, every conversation, every person you let into your space, they're all inputs, programming commands. Repeated often enough, they don't just influence you, they become you. So the question isn't whether you've been programmed, the question is, are you feeding your mind wisdom or noise? Are you training your focus or your distraction? Are you consuming what builds the man you want to become or what keeps you the man you're trying to escape? Everything starts with the body. What you feed it determines how much power you can bring into this world. You already know this. Eat junk, feel like junk. But few men realize how deep that truth goes. The food you eat isn't just fueling your muscles, it's shaping your focus, your drive, your emotional state. Think about it. A man living on sugar and late night takeout is fighting his biology every morning. He wakes up foggy, anxious, drained before the day even begins. His body isn't a weapon, it's a weight. Now compare that to the man who treats food as fuel. Whole meals, real ingredients, water not soda. His mind is sharper, his decision cleaner, his energy more stable. It's not just nutrition, it's identity. When you feed your body weakness, your spirit softens. But when you feed it strength, you remind yourself that you're worth the effort. Your body is the vessel through which your purpose flows. Keep it bolted and your potential gets cooked. Keep it clean and everything you do, your work, focus, your discipline become clearer. The body whispers truth, the mind ignores. Feed it right and it will carry you where your dreams demand you to go. Then there is what you feed your mind. This is where most men lose. Every scroll, every click, every sound, another bit from the digital buffer. The algorithm doesn't care about your peace, it cares about your attention. And it's winning. You've probably felt it. That scattered restless energy after an hour of short video. Your dopamine spikes, then crashes. You can't focus. You don't feel inspired. Just empty. That's not a coincidence, it's conditioning. Brain's ability to wire itself means whatever you repeat becomes your default. Watch chaos long enough and chaos becomes your comfort zone. Consume gossip and you will crave drama. Consume wisdom and you will crave growth. Your inputs build your instincts. A man who fills his feed with shallow entertainment ends up thinking in short bursts. A man who surrounds himself with long conversations, deep ideas and silence learns to think in depth. You can't build an extraordinary mind on ordinary inputs. So ask yourself, if you consume chaos, what are you becoming? Why spend hours scrolling through life that distract you from your own, when you could be feeding your focus with something that makes you stronger? The internet isn't the enemy, it's a mirror. It reflects what you choose to click. And finally, the people. Because not all consumption comes through screens. Every conversation you have, every friend you keep, every voice you let echo in your head, all of it programs you. Sit with complainers and you will start to speak their language. Surround yourself with builders and you will start to move like one. Energy is contagious. Doubt spreads as fast as fuck. If you are not careful, you will inherit other people's limitations without realizing. A man becomes a reflection of his circle. The friends who challenge him, the mentors who sharpen him, the environments that demands his best. Those shape the blueprint of his future self. So look around you. Who's feeding your ambition and how's driving it? Who are you letting program your thoughts? Because whether it's food, media or people, every form of consumption is creation. You are consistently building yourself piece by piece, bit by bit, thought by thought. There's a quiet distraction happens every time you open your phone. It doesn't shout, it scrolls. You tell yourself it's just a few minutes. A few minutes turn into hour, and an hour turns into another wasted day. Your attention gets pulled in 100 directions. Notifications, trending sounds, viral clips, each one steals a fraction of your focus. And soon you realize you've become scattered, unable to think deeply, unable to sit still. You are not tired because you're doing too much. You are tired because you're consumed too much. The cost isn't just time, its identity. Every time you act instead of reflect, you're giving away control of who you're becoming. Think of the man who wakes up with ambition, but ends his nights in endless loop of just one more video. He laughs, he scrolls, he forgets. Days blind together, his goals fade into background noise. He doesn't realize that the dream he's chasing is being buried under pixels of distraction. And when the silence finally comes, he feels it. The emptiness that no amount of stimulation can fill. That's the danger of chaos. It doesn't destroy you instantly, it erodes you quietly. But distraction is only the first layer. The deeper danger is what it does to your soul. When you constantly consume victimhood, drama, and escapism, you begin to see the world through that lens. You start to believe that ease is the goal and struggle is the punishment. But the truth is the opposite. Your soul was built through struggle. You can't feed your mind weakness and expect strength to grow. Every piece of superficial entertainment, every moment of cheap pleasure, feeds the part of you that wants to avoid reality. But every moment of silence, every philosophical thought, every honest reflection, feeds the part of you that creates it. When you choose the easy consumption mindlessly, videos, gossip, fantasy words, you're training your spirit to stay numb. But when you choose depth, wisdom, stillness, truth, you're training your spirit to stay awake. Remember this, your future self is being informed quietly. Ignore that fact and your consumption will consume you back. Now zoom out, look at the world around you. An entire generation is drowning in information but striving for meaning. We scroll together, argue together, waste together, and call it connection. The result, a social shaped not by truth, but by trends, by viral ideas instead of virtuous one, by distraction instead of discipline. This isn't just personal anymore, it's a cultural. Our collective attention determines the direction of our civilization. So what happens when millions of minds are programmed by noise? We stop thinking for ourselves. We stop questioning. We stop building. That's why this matters. Because when you clean up your consumption, you don't just change your life. You become a quiet rebellion in a world addicted to noise. Start with awareness. Audit your inputs. Notice what you feed your mind and who profits from it. Because the war for your mind is real. Once you realize consumption shapes identity, the next question becomes, what do you feed yourself instead? The answer is simple but not easy. You feed yourself truth. When you read books that challenge you, when you listen to mentors who speak from experience, when you consume ideas that expand instead of entertain, you begin to rewire your lens. Truth has a different frequency. It doesn't stimulate you, it strengthens you. Read Meditation by Marcus Aurelius and you will feel it. The Stoic game that tells you pain is a part of the process. Discipline is freedom, perspective is power. That kind of wisdom doesn't go viral, it goes deep. The man who consumes truth walks differently. He's not swayed by noise or emotion. His focus sharpens, his standards rise, his words slow down. He becomes grounded like a mountain that doesn't flinch at the storm. Because truth, unlike entertainment, doesn't distract you from yourself, it brings you back home. Feeding your mind truth is one thing, living it is another. That's where discipline enters the picture. Every morning you choose silence over scrolling, you're rewiring your identity. Every time you listen to a long conversation instead of a viral clip, you're stretching your attention span. This is how you build strength, not just physically, but mentally. Picture the man who starts his day with meditation, then reads 10 pages of something meaningful, then trains his body before the world even wakes. He's not chasing motivation, he's cultivating clarity. He's consuming inputs that fuel mastery. Maybe he listens to Goggins before the gym, or a speech from Jordan Peterson, or a quiet lecture of philosophy. Discipline isn't about distraction, it's about alignment. It's about feeding your mind, body, and spirit what keeps them sharp, not what keeps them soft. Over time, those small decisions compound. The man who used to crave distraction now craves peace. The man who used to need noise now protects silence. That's the spiritual power of positive consumption. It doesn't just change what you do, it changes what you want. And this is where transformation happens. Slowly, quietly, but undeniably. Every piece of wisdom you consume, every deep conversation you engage in, every minute you spend alone with your thoughts, all of it sticks. You're programming a new identity. One input at a time. At first it's invisible, but one day you will catch yourself responding calmly to chaos. Choosing focus instead of distraction. Walking through noise with peace in your chest. That's when you realize your aligned self has been formed in the background all along. The man you wanted to become wasn't waiting for motivation, he was waiting for better inputs. So start small, curate your feeds, journal what you consume, replace one weak input with a strong one, gossip for growth, noise for knowledge, because every day you're feeding something, and every day that something is becoming you. Choose wisely and watch what happens when your mind starts craving truth more than distraction. And awareness is how you win it. So let's bring it all back. What you consume you back. Every scroll, every word, every meal, every conversation, it's all fuel. The question is, fuel for what? You've seen both sides now. Chaos or truth, distraction or discipline, weakness or strength. Each moment is a fork in the road. One direction numbs you, the other builds you, but the effects aren't. They shape the architecture of your mind, the rhythm of your days, the standard of your life. So, pause, take a deep breath, look at your world with new eyes. What are you feeding your mind right now? Who are you becoming because of it? If your current consumption continues for another year, will you be proud of where it leads you? Because this isn't just about content, it's about character. It's about building a mind that serves you, not sabotages you. You don't need a full plan to change, you just need awareness. Audit one habit today, replace one weak input with a strong one. That's how transformation begins. Not in some dramatic breakthrough, but in a quiet, consistent redirection. Start reading depth instead of distraction. Start listening to voices that elevate you, not entertain you. Start surrounding yourself with people who hold you accountable, not hold you back. And slowly, almost, your lens will shift. Your thoughts will sharpen, your emotions will steady, you will move through life grounded, focused, and unshakable. That's the aligned man. The man who consumes clarity and therefore redits it. The man who chooses peace over noise, truth over comfort, meaning over escape. He's not superhuman, he's just intentionally. And so can you be. Your mind is always eating. Feed it like your future depends on it, because it does. See you in the next one. Peace.